National debt clock. Thinking about the economy today. Well, I haven't worked in 4 days now. I'm in construction. Let me say this quick note on construction real quick, because construction is basically the heartbeat of America. Now, the only thing that is keeping us, I got a little bit of a cold, so excuse the crackly voice, but the only thing keeping us going right now, even though I haven't worked in 4 days, I worked 2 jobs, and just isn't really a lot going on right now. We have some crappy weather going on, although it is a little warm, and this will really put me behind in my bills, my personal economic story. So it really sucks for me. But this is the national debt clock, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what kind of idiot sits around watching the national debt clock? You have nothing better to do? Well, I do not watch television, and I'm really not into any kind of entertainment at all but the internet. And I've been doing some stuff around here, and I thought I'd make a quick video on the economy because I'm just thinking about it a lot today. Every day, really. It's one of my hobbies. Now, Obama was on television saying, or not television, but the State of the Union address, that of course he did on television, but I got my stuff off the internet because I got it in bits and pieces, so I wouldn't have to be bored with the whole thing. But in the one piece about the economy where he says that people that say the economy isn't any better are just like idiots or something, or full of shit or something like that. And I sort of agreed with him, because it did get a little bit better than it did in 2008. Although there's some things that have gotten a lot worse. Now, on one hand, of course, unemployment has went down, but the number of people not participating in the workforce, you can see here, is 94 million. Right here, and this, I don't know if you can see my little hand there. 94 million people not participating. And I thought, well, that's quite a few people. That's nearly 1/3 of the population of the United States. And these are people that are capable of working but are not participating, okay? That's about 1/3 of the whole United States. And I thought to myself, well, what was the participation level in? What was it back in 2008? So I go up here, I looked it up. And back in 2008, it was a little above 75 million. 2005, I mean. 2008, it was right around, it was still under 80 million. About 77 million people, 2008. From there it started climbing and did not stop through the entire Obama administration. And this is the time that, like I said, they were going to take, and they were going to just simply sweep the unemployed under the rug and forget about them. And they did. Except for they have a little their own number right here, not participating. And the national debt, well, I know it wasn't 18 trillion in 2008. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what it was. I'm not going to look it up. It'd be simple to look up, but I know it was way lower than this. So if that's any reflection of the economy, I don't know how this really works. See, because it says if you're a citizen, you owe 58 grand debt per citizen. And debt per taxpayer, I don't know what that means. Like if you're a little kid and you're a citizen, you owe 58 grand, and then when you become 18 years old, you add 158 grand to that 58 grand, and that's, over 200 grand that you owe just for being an American citizen. But you think, oh, that's horrible, but then you look down here and it says unfunded liabilities, which is 100 trillion. And then that same liability is passed on to the taxpayer, which is $843,000. So that's over, those added together is well over $1 million you owe. Just for being an American citizen. I guess, I don't know. When you're 18, I guess, you owe this much money. When you become a taxpayer, at 16 maybe, 14, I don't know. And what's going to happen? Okay? It's Sunday morning, it's a beautiful day. You got, 8 o'clock in the morning, you get a knock on the door, and there's some people in uniforms outside with some papers in their hands, and they got guns. They're knocking on the door and saying, "Are you so-and-so?" And you say, "Well, yeah." And they're going, "You and your family, come outside." And you got to gather up your family. These guys have guns. You go outside. Some kind of Oriental-looking fucking official dudes there, and some American dudes in suits, and they got papers. And you're out there in your underwear, and your wife's in her fucking pajamas, and your kids in their pajamas. They were watching cartoons or something, and gives you a bill for $1 million. And he goes, "Do you have the money?" And you say, "Well, fuck no, I don't have $1 million." And he goes, "Well, we're going to take your house." And then, there's a bus too behind this whole entourage of people. There's a bus, right? And off the bus comes a Chinese family. And they walk up, and they walk right in your house. And you're thinking, what the fuck? And these guys have guns, So, I mean, the people that are watching you have guns. The Chinese people, just family. And then he says, look, we'll take 200 grand off the bill for your house. He hands you a bill for $1 million. And he goes, what the fuck? But then he hands your wife a bill for $1 million. He hands you both your kids a bill for $58,000 because they're under 16. And then they tell you, have the money by Tuesday or else. And you're going, what the fuck? And you look down the block to your left. And all your neighbors are like you, standing out in the middle of the fucking street with papers in their hands. And Chinese people fucking throwing shit out of their house. And then you look up to your right, and they proceed up the block to the next fucking house. Is that what that means? I do not know. This is a good video. I'll do this. 6 minutes. Duck out. The economy. Is it getting worse or is it getting better? Wait, I'm not going to go out yet. Is it getting worse or is it getting better? Wages have not went up. Matter of fact, we have lost not only wages, we've lost the benefits that used to go along with the jobs and the wages. So we have lost all of that. People cannot afford the Obamacare. I know people that have taken the Obamacare, have bought it, they have paid no premiums. So they haven't came out with the numbers of people that actually bought it and are actively paying the premiums, as opposed to the people that bought into it and they just at that time didn't have a bank account, didn't really have a job or anything like that, so they had to pay it by check every month, because otherwise they want to take it right out of your check on your job. That's when they want the money. They don't even want you to see it or consider not even paying it, because they want to take it before you have that chance. But some people, if you had no job and no bank account, they were forced to take a promise that you would pay them every month a certain amount in a check. And of course, the people didn't. Not for a very long time anyway. And then they get a job, and of course the price goes up, and they just pretend they never even did it in the first place and just forget about it, and I guess it comes back to bite you in the ass at tax time. That's how good the economy is. And what are people going to do? I don't know. I'm going to get back to this. Duck out.